Hey everybody, my name is LaPrecious and welcome to my channel. Let's talk with LaPrecious. So today I'm going to be doing a episode review on Blac Chyna's Zeus Network show called OnlyCamLA. So OnlyCamLA is pretty much a TV show on the Zeus Network, which is an online streaming network. And it's about people who have started OnlyFans accounts since the whole quarantine started. And these people make about 30,000, 50,000, or $100,000 in like 2 weeks or a month, pretty much stripping and having sex on camera. So Blac Chyna had heard about it because the whole episode pretty much opens up with Blac Chyna talking about her OnlyCam account, how she does all these videos and pictures for Instagram and is not making money, which is a lie because we all know Blac Chyna has made tons of money from Instagram. She has been paid for Fashion Nova posts, she's been paid for lip kits, teeth kits, reposting comedians' videos, reposting jewelry videos and ads for other companies. So that's a lie. China, it has made tons of money from posting pictures and videos on Instagram. She's just mad that pictures and videos of her in her free time wasn't paid for. Like the sponsor ads on her Instagram page were paid for. So yeah, Blac Chyna's been getting paid on Instagram. So in the beginning of the episode, she pretty much talks about OnlyFans and how it got started and how she found out about OnlyFans and started hers in May of this year, and then she got a TV show about 2 weeks later. The only thing I can respect about Blac Chyna is that she knows how to make her money and she knows how to get it. The thing about Blac Chyna is that she never misses out on a dollar. But I do believe that based on how China talks about her finances, her money is tight at the moment. And I don't believe that it's tight because of the quarantine, but her money is tight because of the Kardashians. To those of you who don't know, Blac Chyna dated Rob Kardashian and they had a relationship that lasted about 2 years and they had a baby named Dream. Ever since they've broken up, Blac Chyna has been in a 2 to 3 year legal battle with them. She sued them, they've sued her, and based on the documents that have come out, China is losing. She is not losing this battle with the Kardashians. She's not winning the cases. Their lawyers are 10 times harder and better than hers, and she's losing money because Blac Chyna used to be a household name and she still is, but I believe that China is losing her luster, especially if she's such a big name and a big celebrity and doing something as convenient as OnlyFans. I mean, OnlyFans is, it's a good way to make money if you have a name, but I'm just really shocked at how China has never really invested her money full time into like stocks and bonds, getting her own clothing line underneath some of these heavy hitter brands that she's fashioned for or that she's modeled for. Why hasn't she like invested her money like the Kardashians? That's my take and thought on it because China has made her money from plenty of things: dating rappers, sleeping with rappers, Instagram ads and posts, um, hosting events, and I mean, just all types of things. But it's also been noted that since her and Rob Kardashian have broken up, her popularity has gone down, and she's not even like the highest paid promoting celebrity anymore. Because I remember from watching a video about Blac Chyna, how she's lost so much credibility with people since the breakup of Rob Kardashian. She used to be paid like $20,000 to $30,000 for a club appearances. Now she's down to making 4 and 5 thousand, and that's sad. Where you can go from making somebody's annual salary in one night from showing up to a club or a party, and now you're down to making somebody's monthly salary or 2 week salary. And so I just feel like China, she's kind of, I honestly believe that Blac Chyna would have had it made if she would have just let Rob be and would have just sat that whole engagement out and then got married. Then she would have been rolling in the dough. But since she, was so quick to trademark the name and so quick to get into his pants and get into his pockets, she really messed it up for herself. So now she's up to doing OnlyFans. And then the scene opened up with, China and Lola Monroe in the gym working out. And they were pretty much talking about China's music career. Now, China has been rapping publicly for about a year. Her first song she did really wasn't all that good. She just released a song called Sinner. It's okay, it's better than her first single, but I think if she would have slowed down and broke up her verses, it would have been better. But the song was good at the least. Hey, Beautiful Magic. Black Chub raps. Yeah, she raps. She raps. She has a song out called Sinner. And so yeah. Now the whole scene with Lola Monroe in China, Lola Monroe in the early, not early, but late 2000s, like 2009, 10, she was a video vixen, urban model, and then she became a rapper. All I know is that she released, a lot of mixtapes and stuff like that, but her career never really went off and up like Nicki Minaj's and Cardi B's. Now, Blac Chyna has been around since the same time Lola Monroe has been around. So you know that due to Blac Chyna starting off as a stripper at the King of Diamonds strip club in Miami, which is now closed because it got foreclosed on about a year or two ago, and she got name dropped in a song by Drake. Then she mingled and mixed with Drake and met Tyga, who soon became her boyfriend and baby daddy. And then she met up with Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj made Blac Chyna her stunt double in a lot of her videos. She was in the Come on the Cone video, and she played her stunt double in the Monster video. And so since then, China got a lot of popularity and fame. China's not only known, for being a stripper and being Nicki Minaj's stunt double, but she's a businesswoman. I mean, she's been around the world, been around the block of businesses, especially with social media businesses like Fashion Nova, lip kits, teeth kits, skin bleaching treatments, lip gloss, and she has her own line called Lash, where she has a shop out in California. At first, she started selling lashes, and then she went from selling lashes to lipsticks and lip glosses, and then like full fledged makeup. And so yeah, and then after Tyga, Tyga cheated on her with Kylie Jenner, and then a year or two later, Blac Chyna got with Rob Kardashian to get him back and to spite him. Then she turned around, had a baby, and that was a whole fiasco that relationship. I think Lola Monroe is maybe 30 something. Lola Monroe, I think, is a little bit older or in the same age range as China. Because China is 32. And Lola Monroe, I think she's probably 33, 34, maybe 31. So, yeah, she's in the same age range. But, yeah, and so that's how China became, a household name and how she became known due to people pretty much, name dropping her, dating her, parlaying her around, giving her exposure, and her being around a lot of people in the industry. And that's how she made her name. But now with Blac Chyna, I feel like Blac Chyna knows, and a lot of us know, Blac Chyna had her heyday. Her heyday was from 2010 all the way up until now, and China is really feeling that, I'm getting older, I have two kids, my money's not coming in as much as I would like to, so I need the money. And yeah, China has the big old mansion in Malibu, California, or in Calabasas, California, one of the two. And she has two kids. And I get so sick and tired of China talking about I'm 32 years old, I'm a grown woman, I'm a millionaire, I got two kids. China, and I really want Blac Chyna to win because Blac Chyna is a beautiful woman. And another thing I can respect about her, other than her hustle, is that even though she's had a lot of plastic surgery, she keeps her body up. She eats healthy. She works out in the gym. I know she does the weight trainers and the flat tummy tea and all those little detox potions that people be mixing up and drinking on Instagram just to get people to buy it. But she does take really good care of her body. So that's another thing I can respect about China. Even though her body's not 100% real, she respects it and she keeps it up because surgery is not cheap. So yeah, she knows the value of her surgery, so she keeps it up. But yeah, her and Lola Monroe, that was a little nice conversation about how she wants to, continue her legacy and her career and dabble into music and whatnot. And Lola Monroe was pretty much giving her props and her chops about, about her music and how she should be a rapper and whatnot. Then it moves along to the kitchen scene with Cheeky, her assistant and nanny, and Jay, her makeup artist. I felt like that conversation, it was cool. It was fun for what it was. But that whole conversation, the only thing I got from that was that China is desperate for money. And I even feel like when it comes to that stripper world, strip culture, a lot of women have become famous from it. Amber Rose, Blac Chyna, Trina, Eve, and Cardi B. But to me, it seems like there's a bit of shame in that when they're doing it. And that's what a lot of girls don't see. That when these women are stripping, yeah, they like the fame, yeah, they like the money, yeah, they like the clothes and the men and the status that comes with it. But I think a lot of them are not really all that proud to be strippers because a lot of times when they're long gone after strip club and they're no longer stripping, they kind of look at it as if, you're a stripper, like you're a porn star, like. And China, she was pretty much saying that, that at first I thought OnlyCams was only for strippers and porn stars. And she was like, well, I love strippers and porn stars. I'm like, China, you used to be a full-fledged stripper and a soft porn actress. So what are you talking about? And Cardi B tends to have this snotty attitude too towards strippers. I'm like, y'all need to remember where y'all came from. Because if it wasn't for these strip clubs and all these little soft porn industries that y'all used to work in and the urban model magazines y'all used to model for, nobody would really know who y'all are. So the snobbiness of the OnlyFans that I got from Blac Chyna, I'm like, come on, you can humble yourself. Yeah, China did do soft porn. Yeah, she did soft porn. She didn't do like porn, but soft porn is pretty much where you get on camera and you play with your privates and all that kind of stuff and you take your clothes off and you do like oil rub downs and stuff like that. It's pretty much like stripping or pretty much just like nude cam, all that. Yeah, China did that. And so yeah, China did that. But yeah, and I'm like, come on, China, like you can't say, well, I thought this is only for strippers and porn. So I'm like, you used to be one. So, anyways, moving along from that. But yeah, I really do feel like the Kardashians are starting to either snag at Blac Chyna's pocketbook really tight and really hard, or she is just low on money. Because, in my opinion, I feel like due to China being 32 years old, you should still not be scrapping for money like this, especially with somebody as big of a name as you and a career as you. And I just feel like China has really rubbed so many people the wrong way in her lineage of a career that's why a lot of people probably won't fool with her. And then I'm just really sick and tired of the whole skin bleaching thing as well. Because when you saw that scene of Lola Monroe and Blac Chyna, you could tell they have bleached their faces out to the max, where they almost have like no melanin in them at all. And that's what China has pretty much done. China has pretty much sold her soul for a dollar so much that she almost doesn't even look good anymore. Like when China don't have no makeup on, it's like I'm like, if you do one more nose job or one more plump in your lips and stuff, you just gonna be gone. We're not even gonna see Blac Chyna anymore. And and it's really sad because I just feel like Blac Chyna really didn't have to do that. Because I'm like, and this just goes to show you that a lot of these celebrities really don't stay within their means when they're making all this money. But I just feel like what China should have done, and she was really beautiful. And I mean, her getting the surgery she got really wasn't that bad. But when she started the skin bleaching and doing her butt and all that kind of stuff too much, it's like, okay, China, you need to kind of shrink some of that down a lot. Because when she got pregnant with Dream, her butt was like real big, like real big. Like it just didn't look normal. And with China, I know that's her body and everything, but I just feel like China has just been around the block of men and the music industry and the internet industry so much. It's like people have gotten to the point where what else can you do? We done seen your body inside out. We done seen all your relationship business. We know how you make your money. We know you can't keep friends. We know you like to brag about how you known this person for 15 years, 16 years, 20 years, or whatnot. We know you're from DC. We know you used to be a stripper. We know you're Blac Chyna. We know you got babies by Tiger and Rob Kardashian. I mean, China, we pretty much know your whole life. So it's like, what more can you give? And I just think that what would be best for China, now it is good that China did get two shows on the Zeus network. And her mom got a show, even though her mom really wasn't deserving of it, even though she bashed her after she finally got a show she was whining and complaining so much about. China did good getting the Real Blac Chyna show on Zeus Network and the Only Cam show on Zeus Network. And she did do some cameo appearances on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, which is really good because when you get TV deals and stuff like that, you're able to pad your pockets a little bit more because you do get a main check, but I'm sure you get residual checks as well when all this is done, and then the episodes and the shows go in rotations as reruns. So at least China did do that. But I think China should just really go into cooking because everybody knows China went to culinary school. China used to always cook on Snapchat and Instagram. And China has even done videos for magazines where she talks about exercising and working out and cooking, good food. And I'm like, China, why can't you get a TV show on the cooking channel? Or why can't you start your own workout program or something like that? And I mean, China can do it, but I just feel like this stripper porn whole stuff is just really getting old. Cause I'm like, it's just only so far and so much of that you can do until people say, okay, we done seen this so many times, we're tired and we're bored. And that's what I feel like China should really do. Cause I think the cooking and the TV shows and working out and probably other things she hasn't revealed to us just yet would be a lot better and much long lasting, especially somebody her age. Because I think what would suit China so she wouldn't have to work as hard as getting married. Because I know a lot of people say, well, women don't need men to be complete in life. We can make our own money. We can keep our own households up and stuff. But my opinion is when you have children, you could be a millionaire, gazillionaire, or whatever. And yes, you can have your children fed, clothed, taken to school, well taken care of, and nannies for days. But at the end of the day, it's just that's a lot for one person to do. And there's nothing really wrong with having a husband or a wife, whichever floats your boat, to help you take care of all of that. Because we as women, we can't do it all. And we already see how China is, has been through the mill of entertainment and she's starting to age and get older and she's seeing it and she knows that she can't do the stripping and the soft porn and the only cam and stuff forever. Because to her, that's just a quick check to keep her bills and stuff paid. But then again, where else is she going to get the extra money from when OnlyFans and all this other stuff gets old and tired too, and people move on from that? It's like you have to think of the long term stuff. And I get so sick and tired of China even saying, I take care of my two kids with no child support. Okay, we know you got no child support, but at the same time, you could get another husband that could help you with the bills and stuff so you wouldn't have to keep doing this gimmicky stuff that you're doing. Because that's really what China is doing. China is not like the Kardashians. I know in her mind she wanted to be one. She could have had it, but she blew it. I know she's trying to move like the Kardashians and trying to sue them and trying to get their money. But China, baby, you are not the Kardashians. You don't have long money like Kylie Jenner does, where she got lip kits and TV shows and a baby daddy that she's no longer with and a daughter and still be good and not even have to do TV shows and stuff. Don't y'all know that the Kardashians have only had one show with the franchise shows from what? Courtney, Chloe, and who else had a leg on the show? Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner. So they got their money. They have long money. The first long money came from their dad. Then it came from Kim Kardashian doing the sex tape and blowing them up. Then they did the TV show, which has been on longer than 10 years. And everybody know the Kardashians got lip kits, makeup kits, waist cinchers, waist trainers, all that kind of stuff. So they have money that's going to probably last them up until they have great, great grandkids. And we all know China don't have money like that because if she did, she wouldn't be doing the Zeus Network show. she wouldn't be doing OnlyCams because do y'all see the Kardashians doing OnlyCam? No. Do y'all see the Kardashians doing stuff that Blac Chyna is doing? No. Yeah, and they have clothing lines. And China just opened up her own clothing line, but it's still one of those Instagram boutique type of clothing lines where she's the only one modeling the clothes, the only one with the clothes. It's like, and I know this may sound mean or whatever, but it's the truth. It's like, Blac Chyna, you're not a Kardashian. And it's like we can see it now that you are really trying to hold on to this little bit of dollars you're getting by doing this stuff. Like I said, China's a beautiful woman and whatnot, but I'm like, you just gonna have to move, a little bit more carefully because these Kardashians are on your butt now. And that's one of the reasons why she's losing money, because she's losing this lawsuit. And I think eventually, if she loses the whole case with the Kardashians, she might owe them half of her estate. And who knows what else China might resort to if it comes to that. But it looks like it might come to that unless they settle out of court. So moving along from that, then we pretty much get to the scene of her and Molly Mall meeting up in the studio. I really do feel like they could have left this out of the OnlyCam episode. I'm like, this is OnlyCam, not the real Blac Chyna. And I feel like and I feel like with this scene, it's good that she's doing music and it's good that she's talking to Molly Mall about producing music and stuff. But they could have saved this for a real Blac Chyna show episode. And I felt like this scene was really boring too. Chyna is a pretty woman and she has a nice body and everything. But Chyna, I feel like with her shows, sometimes you need a script or you need a writer or something because Chyna sometimes is just boring is I don't know what in these episodes. I'm like, she's good in her personals and when she's talking to her hair and makeup people and stuff. But when she does some of these scenes, I have to skip through it. I'm sorry, I do. I have to skip through like 15 minutes of it because the conversations and the scenes are just too long. And it's like, I'm not getting nothing out of this. And so, yeah, I felt like that scene should have been left out. And then in the end of the episode, she pretty much talked about how she's going to do OnlyCam because it's her body. She can do whatever she wants to do. And then she talked about how OnlyCams is really going to earn her a lot of money because she's getting a lot of subscribers and a lot of people are starting to view her. So she said that she should upload, more frequently. And then she was talking about how she gives into demands for people on OnlyCam. And so I'm like, okay, this is good, China. You got your own show about OnlyFans, and then you got an OnlyFans account yourself. So you're really doing good with brand marketing. And that's pretty much what China does. She's a brand marketer. So yeah, you're really good with brand marketing. And like I said, this slut hole stuff that China has been doing, I'm like, you need to do something that's a little bit more long and lengthier, where she should do cooking, the workout stuff, health. And since she's such a brand marketer, why not become a brand ambassador professionally? Like, become a brand ambassador for Instagram. Like, see if you can get a chair with Instagram or get a chair for Facebook. Get into some of these like executive positions and seats and stuff. And that's how you could really be making some long term money. I mean, that's just my opinion, and that's just how I see it because I think China could make a really good transition out of this. But I just feel like if she keeps staying in this stripper hole, slut, I'ma show my body and everything. Oh, okay, thank you, Marilyn Marie. And I think she would do better off. That's what I think because you can tell based on how Instagram is starting to look, YouTube, and a lot of other pages. Yeah, we still got the strippers, we still got the porn actresses, we still have a lot of these people, but you can tell we no longer have Cardi B's and Blac Chynas and Amber Roses and Trinas and Eves, like we used to, the ones that really stood out. And we're like, yeah, we see you're a stripper and all of this, but we see so much more. Because now I think a lot of these careers that people once became famous from are becoming so common ground that it's like, okay, we've seen this already. What else is there? What's next? And I think That's what China should really be thinking about. And plus, I think China should even write a book. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I know I critique China a lot on my channel, but I was once inspired by Blac Chyna because she's actually the reason why I started wearing wigs. Because back, let's see, what year is this? 2020. Back in like 2014, 15. This was before she got with Rob Kardashian. I used to wear color wigs. I used to get my nails done coffin style and vein just like hers because she made it look so cool and stylish to wear like the long nails and the different color wigs and stuff. And that's what inspired me to wear wigs and do the nails. And she would just do, a lot of stuff to really get her attention and whatnot. And I'll admit, I picked up some of her bad traits too with the attention seeker thing. It worked for me, but eventually people got tired of it. So I had to go and do something else myself. But yeah, but this episode to me, it would have been good if they would have just left that Blac Chyna Mall and Mall scene out and would have just talked more about OnlyFans, OnlyCam, her legacy, and how it's so much different from when she was a stripper. Because I just really wish China and the real Blac Chyna, and they even revealed on the episode that she's doing a season 2 of OnlyCamLA and the real and the real Blac Chyna. I just feel like with the real Blac Chyna, the first season was good, but like I said, she needed a script to make it more interesting. And some of the scenes just could have been cut out because I felt like the real Blac Chyna, for the most part, was kind of boring. And so, yeah, I think that she should just, for the second season, get a ghostwriter or get a script like these people have on Love and Hip Hop to make it more interesting. And the same thing goes for, only Cam LA. And I think you would have something going. Let's see. Now I'm going to read you guys' comments. Tiana K. She would have been, but she didn't marry Rob. Yeah, she would have been a Kardashian. She didn't marry him. And see, she messed it up. Because what happened with their relationship, according to them, Rob had been checking China out for the longest. And then they eventually started talking, and then they started being seen out with each other. And then they noticed how Rob was losing all his weight and he was being seen with China here and there. And then eventually, it came out that they was together. And then they revealed she was pregnant. And that started a whole fiasco. Then they came out with the emoji app for the iPhone. And then they came out with the Rob and China show, and they was always doing stuff on Snapchat and Instagram. And then they showed where she tried to trademark the Kardashian name before getting married to him. And it was just a lot of stuff that she did. And then they had that big blowout around Christmas of 2016 where the text messages started getting revealed. And then, China had moved out of the penthouse that they was renting from Kylie Jenner. And that's one of the reasons why Blac Chyna got sued, because Kylie Jenner said in the lawsuit they messed the house up. And, it was just a whole fiasco from there. And then Rob turned around a year later and got hurt and started revealing, naked pictures of China that she sent him. And then, he got slapped with the revenge porn case, and that was another fiasco. So it's like China, China just pretty much, she screwed herself over. It's like she would have had it made if she was a Kardashian. She would have been set for life too, but due to her being so greedy and so money hungry, it messed her up. Rob did not want to be on television. He didn't want to be. Yeah, he did it. And I felt like Rob wasn't the black sheep because I think Chloe is the black sheep of the family. I just feel like Chloe and Rob were like the different ones in the Kardashian clan. Because Chloe, I hate to say it, they've kind of coined her as the ugly duckling. And I feel like she tries to live up to Kim's image by getting all these plastic surgeries and messing up her nose and her face and then losing all this weight and plumping her lips up and then dating married and in relationship men like Kim did. And because their family got that man stealing spirit. If you got a man and you black, don't leave him around them because you're going to be single and they're going to be married and be in a relationship with one of them. That's just how they roll. And so, okay, where was I? I kind of lost my train of thought. But yeah, I feel like Chloe, she's trying to live up to Kim. And that's what I see in her. And I feel like Chloe and their mom kind of told her she was an ugly duckling and whatnot, because she was one of the only ones that didn't come out Armenian looking like the other ones did, with the dark hair and the dark features like Kim and Chloe and the other siblings. And so I think that's what kind of made her feel insecure, because she didn't look like them. And then in the beginning, yeah, a lot of people, just probably kind of made her feel ugly, and that's why she started getting all those surgeries. Then with Rob, on the other hand, Rob was fine when he was skinny. But see, Rob, he was the type that didn't do a whole lot of attention seeking stuff like his siblings did. As a matter of fact, I felt like he got kind of bullied by his siblings as well due to him being different. And that's why he really didn't fool with them like that. And then he started getting depressed and gaining all that weight. And I remember Kim at one point used to be really mean to him online. And that's why they kind of fell out too before this whole Rob and China thing got started. Hold on, y'all. I got to turn on my computer. Okay. Whew. I'm back, y'all. So, but yeah. And that's pretty much what kind of started a lot of this beef between Rob and his sisters, because they kind of used to make him feel bad because he wasn't as famous as they was. He didn't really come off as appealing to them, and it was just crazy and just ridiculous. And then he did date Adrian Bylon at one point, but they broke up, and I remember she was just so distraught. Even though the Kardashians, they have that man stealing spirit, it's something about them that when people leave them or break up with them, they're like really hard to shake off. Because Ray J had a time before he met up with new women that wasn't like the Kardashians nor looked like them. And even who else dated him? Reggie Bush. I think he ended up marrying like a Kim Kardashian lookalike. It's just something about them where they just have this aura, and then people are just so sucked into them like that. And then when they leave them, it's like they just can't let them go. Yeah, they got that man stealing spirit, but they steal everything from men to clothing. Yeah, they do. And my thing is, they're not original, because I feel like in the beginning, before the white industry started mixing with the black industry, especially with music and cinema and TV. Yeah, y'all know back then white people weren't trying to look black. They weren't trying to look black, sound black, talk black, nothing. And if we ever were on their shows or in their mixes and whatnot, we were ourselves, or we was, black person trying to be white to fit in with them. And when it came to them being over with us, you used to have like the few white people that would, act black and whatnot, but not as much as you do now, where it's got to the point where it's cultural appropriating. So I feel like at the time when Kim Kardashian first came out, you still had like Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie and Mandy Moore and Hilary Duff and Lindsay Lohan, a lot of those famous like white teen actresses and stuff that were really popular. So she had her reign then. But it's like when she got with Ray J, she saw how much popularity she was getting, but she also saw how much popularity she was getting from us. And then that's when it all got started. Because I really do feel like if Kim Kardashian would have never had that sex tape with Ray J, and it wouldn't have blowed up like it did, I think Kim Kardashian, they probably would have been has-beens like Lindsay Lohan, the Olsen twins, Mandy Moore, and Paris Hilton, and all the other white actors and actresses that were, popular at the time. But yeah, and it's just that's just how they were. And then with Rob, I feel like Rob, he was educated, he had been to school, and I think who else went to college in their family? Chloe got a degree, Courtney has a degree, and Rob has a degree. All of them have 4-year degrees, so they went to school. And so, and all of them, they could have had, regular lives without being in the spotlight. But I think that when you come from such a big family like that, it's kind of peer pressure to fit in with everybody because your family has such a big name. But one thing I'll say about Rob is that I'm not going to judge him too much on his depression because I know what it's like to be depressed and to eat like that. I've never eaten myself into diabetes or anything like that, but I do remember not too long ago when I was depressed, I ate myself into like high blood pressure and the gout and all this kind of stuff. So depression is real. When you're depressed and you just, don't know what to do and whatnot, food can kill you. And about killed Rob on a couple occasions. But one thing I don't understand about rich people having depression, all that kind of stuff, I'm like, y'all are rich. I'm like, y'all can buy people to like y'all. Like for real. And it's like if y'all tired of being around the house, you can get a private jet and fly to Italy, Rome, China. Y'all can get away from y'all's problems. It's regular people that have to think about getting insurance just to speak to a counselor. And is Rob a diabetic? Yeah, Rob was a really bad diabetic because there would be times where in the past when he was with Blac Chyna where he ended up in the hospital because his diabetes had spiked so bad. And yeah, Paris, Nicole, Lindsay, yep. Kim Kardashian was in that realm back in the day. Yeah, depression can consume you. It can, and it did with Rob. And Rob now, ever since the whole like China fiasco, he's starting to come back out to the limelight. But he's still wearing them black clothes and that blue hat like he did in the past. And I just feel like with Rob, and I mean Rob, he's even been with other women too since China. Like he was with Alexa Sky, and Alexa Sky had got into it with China at a party or somewhere that they had, and then I think they said he was rumored to be with what's that girl's name from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta that liked to fight Tommy. Yeah, Tommy, the girl that was with what was his name? Scrap DeLeon. Yeah, she was the one that dated Scrap DeLeon for a long time and used to have the drinking problems and stuff. They said that she was talking to Rob Kardashian at one time, and then everybody was kind of picking on Rob, saying he got a type and all that kind of stuff. Yves Saint Laurent was a famous clothing designer. He had a problem with drugs and alcohol. Yeah, and the thing is with rich people is that they have access to a lot of this stuff too. Because drugs are expensive. They say cocaine and heroin and a lot of those like high class drugs are expensive. And he had a lot of money. Yeah, and then the thing about Rob, my thing is with Rob, and this is how you know his sister did him dirty. How come y'all are not helping y'all's brother make some type of long term money? Because Rob has had that, what's the name of that clothing line? Or sock line or whatever he had. Let me look it up real quick. Because I'm sure he probably only made a whole bunch of money from that when he was with China. Because that was like the first time I ever seen Arthur George socks. Yeah. But yeah, he had the sock line, and I'm sure it's probably not making as much money as he probably could have. But I feel like when China, that's probably when he was making the most money from his sock line. Because that was really the only time that anybody was really checking for that sock line. And it's like, and they even have said that Rob really doesn't have all that money because one of the reasons why he was getting into it with China because China at one point was trying to make him pay $20,000 in child support payments per month. And they said he even had to go to the judge and explain to the judge that he didn't even have that much money to pay because he hardly had any money himself. And I'm like, Rob, how can you be a Kardashian and be short on money like that? And your sisters are almost billionaires. And it's like y'all are really, not thinking about y'all's brother like that. Because if he got a sock line, at least y'all could do is put him on the payroll or put his name on some type of residual account that y'all have for him to make some kind of money. I mean, help a brother out. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, Rob, he has really went through it when it came to China and stuff and all that stuff that they went through. But I mean, he should have saw from the beginning that China was scamming him. But in the end, China really scammed herself because she may have made all of that money from the show, and then she had the cars, and the baby and whatnot, she's tied up money from being in court all the time with these lawsuits. Because at the time when the whole revenge porn case came out, she had, what was the name of that lawyer that was like the spokesperson for the Me Too movement? Lisa Bloom. Yeah, and if you have a high class lawyer like that, you're going to be coughing up some money. Because they was in court with that for a minute. And so, yeah, it's like Chyna may be taking all these pictures and whatnot on Instagram with all this hair and clothes and stuff, but it's like, I wonder if she really has it like that. Same currently suffering from HBP. What's HBP? She thought she was secure because she had his child, but the bag is in marriage. Yep, it sure is. And a lot of women tend to think sometimes high blood pressure and a lot of my nose. Yeah, and a lot of these women tend to think, and we see it with celebrities all the time, especially the black ones, is that they think that when they get with these rappers and whatnot, having their baby is securing the bag and securing them for marriage. But I'm like, a child is not going to keep a man around. It's not. Like, a child can look like the man that you're with. A child can keep you two together for so long, but that child has to be its own person. That child has to be taken care of, fed, diaper change, taken to school, play with and everything. A child is a job. And if you have two people in a relationship that don't like each other and then y'all got to take care of a child together in that, that's not no good mix. And so Chyna, at first when Chyna got pregnant with the baby, they thought it was going to be a boy. And they were saying that Chyna's going to be like the first Black Kardashian and that she's going to be the first child to carry, not the first child, but the one to carry the heir of the Kardashians and stuff. And it didn't happen like that. So, yeah. HBP, high blood pressure. Yeah, but high blood pressure, it can be lowered with the kind of food that you eat. Because when my blood pressure was high and whatnot, it didn't start lowering until I started changing the way that I ate and then drinking more water and just like balancing myself out and whatnot. But yeah, people don't know that depression is real. It is. Depression is real. And I had to have a come to Jesus moment with myself because I have triggers. Whenever I'm lonely or I've dealt with like a relationship woe, I used to run to the kitchen and eat a lot and get snacks and food and all that kind of stuff. But now I've told myself, I've had, blood pressure issues and the gout in my feet, when my feet swelling and stuff like that. And, and that's serious because when you have blood pressure issues and the gout, that's pointing towards heart disease. And, heart disease can result in heart attacks and strokes and a lot of other problems that I don't need. And I'm only 25 years old and, I want to live till I'm like at least 100 and I wouldn't be able to do that, with health problems. So that's why I finally, gotten on a set diet. I do watch what I eat. I don't eat a lot of fried foods. I try my best not to eat out a whole lot. I watch my sugar intake and things like that. And I just really try to eat healthy. Try to eat 3 meals a day, drink nothing but water, a little bit of orange juice at the least to get my vitamin C. But other than that, I'm good and I watch what I eat. But yeah, so depression is really real. It's real. So I hope you all like this video. Don't forget to like, leave a comment in the comment section, and have a good day.